This summer, I went on a tiny trip to relax and get some B-roll as a filmmaker. For a year now, I worked hard on my personal projects during my free time, but it was mostly from my bedroom, so this time I wanted to literally touch some grass and get some fresh air. I started with a place called Le Jardin d'Éden. It's an hour walk in a garden where you can observe a variety of plants and some water features with various paths. I was even able to observe a few bugs like bees, wasps and dragonflies. They also give you explanations for some of the plants and have resting areas if walking for an hour straight is not your thing. What I really liked was the calm environment and immersion that it brings. Plus, with all these trees around, the sun was not as harsh as with my second location, the beach. I don't usually like going there, but I thought I would get some interesting shots here, to the cost of some sand in my unadapted shoes and a lot of wind in the face. I got to film some birds from very close, which is very hard for a regular fiction filmmaker like me, but also a nice view of the water and trees that I didn't find back in the garden. Further away, on a place called La Jetée, I was able to film some boats sailing away as well as colorful artworks and reminders of the past. Because yes, as I live on an island, people used to defend it with actual cannons that remain here even if they're not functional anymore. After all this, I was mentally exhausted, so I took a break by staring intensely at a wall. And got back to work by exploring a place a bit more calm, a place called La Mare. From there, you can still see the ocean, but it's covered with trees, so the air is a bit cooler. It's the perfect mix for someone who likes nature and water, but not the sand. And actually, if you're a dog person, this is also the perfect place for you, as people love to take them here to walk and play. I then went to get a closer look at some boats with the dock, where you can see both tourists going for a ride and fishermen in the distance waiting for a catch. On the dock, it was extremely peaceful and I could recharge my mental battery here. However, I would not recommend going into the water. To finish the trip, I went to the aquarium to rest my eyes from the bright environment, and it was great. There were so many fish, from small to big to Nemo or kind of ugly. The choice was really mine. Of course, there were more types of sea inhabitants, more or less scary, I should say. But as always, they saved the best for last. Their shark tank. It was slightly difficult to get them as one was extremely fast and the other two liked to swim below the glass. But I got some shots eventually. I am very glad that I did this trip because not only was I able to get out of my head a little bit and doing long walks through various paths and places, but I also got to get a lot of nice shots while spending time with my mom. And as a bonus, going out of the Jardin d'Éden, I got the idea of trying a tiny experiment by creating both a short film and a vlog from the B-roll I got. You're currently watching the vlog, but if you want to see the short film, the link is in the description. And if you want to see art and filmmaking content, don't hesitate to subscribe and activate the notification bell. See you soon!